Hey guys, welcome back to Venting with Us with
With
Donna and
Donna and
Crystal.
Crystal.
Hey,
Hey guys. Hey Crystal, what's going on?
it's been a long week. How are you?
Yeah, no, it's definitely been a long week, as you know. I had sad news. My Shih Tzu of 15 years, Chewy,
Chewy.
passed away. So I was pretty distraught and very upset. He was he was my buddy. I
I
always said
know. I'm so
the kids were
sad.
Yeah, the kids were always, jealous because they said I loved him more than I loved them, which isn't
Right.
true. But
It
I
could be
always
true.
said, I always said that Chewy always stuck by me through thick and thin. He was always by my side. He never spoke back. He
I
never
was just
left me.
nothing speak back. That's when you know you're really good.
Yeah. So it's definitely been an adjustment just getting used to not hanging out with me, watching TV at night. And I told Ashley that she had to take his place and she was like, I don't like your shows.
Oh my God.
So yeah, because we know Frankie's not taking his place because he goes to bed at 7 p.m. because he gets up so early.
Right.
So he's not going to be hanging out with me. But yeah, it's pretty rough. And then I don't want to go to bed because normally the routine is that he sits with me on the couch. We watch TV together. Then I let him out. He goes to the bathroom and then he comes to bed with me and he's in bed with me. So
Mm.
it's just been very hard and at night and in the morning. He told Frankie how I don't even like coming to bed, which is an issue. That's a
Hmm.
problem. So yeah, so it's definitely
That's
been a tough road there without my buddy, my pal. I told somebody,
just pretend Frankie's a big Chewy. And then
yeah,
you can
right.
always go to bed. Poor Frankie.
Yeah, I told somebody, I think it was today, I was talking to them. I was like, yeah, I still can't adjust. My best friend died. And they were like, what? Who died? Oh my goodness. And I was like, what is wrong with you? Chewy. And they're like, oh my
We will dedicate this episode to Chewy.
God. Yeah, he's like my best pal ever. So, yeah, so it's upsetting. I got his plaque. I made him a little plaque with his name on it saying 2000
Aww.
to 2024, and it said you know, the greatest hello, the hardest goodbye. So,
Oh, that's so cute, Donna. I love
yeah, so
that.
yeah,
And you said
so
you got a
super
bench and
upset.
everything?
Well, I didn't get a bench yet. I want to dedicate like a little area because I did bury him in my backyard.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so I want to put the plaque and like plant my favorite flowers and get a little bench so this way when I'm feeling down and blue or whatever I could sit over there with my thoughts and just talk to him a little bit and
Right.
yeah,
I
so
still don't
but
care what you say. I still was worried about the rain because with our luck, Chewy would come out of the ground and float on through like, hey, Chewy.
mm,
It's like, oh,
no,
no.
Gary digged the hole pretty deep, thank goodness. So yeah,
Anything is
so but
possible with this crew. So I have
true,
seen it.
true.
I have seen it.
True. So yeah, so it's been rough and then Wednesday morning I woke up and I could hardly walk because basically what's happening is, since my sciatica, my left leg is still totally numb, I've been leaning a lot
Right.
on the right side. So now when I went to the doctor on Wednesday, they said it's I can't pronounce it, plantar fasciitis or something. It's the foot.
Mm-hmm.
So she gave me some antibiotics, which makes me feel like dizzy and horrible. So
Oh, God.
yeah, I don't even like it. But my foot is getting better, so that's the good thing. So at
Right.
least that's not permanent. But I don't know when my sciatica is going to heal, and
Mm-hmm.
who knows? I might be handicapped for a long time. I have no idea. But
I
It's very
told
frustrating.
you to tell them to give you the cortisone shot. I told you. I'm a whole advocate for the cortisone shot. I
No,
love
they said
cortisone.
that won't work because I have nerve damage, so that doesn't work with nerve damage. That's why they're saying I need to do the nerve ablation, which
Oh,
they burn the nerve endings off. So and that lasts for about 3 months. It's
okay.
because it's nerve damage. So it was a whole process. I had to do 2 shots to make sure that they got the right spots, and then in 2 weeks I go back and then tell them how great it worked, and then
Mm-hmm.
after that they'll get authorization from the insurance to do this nerve ablation, it's called. And a
Okay.
lot of people had great success with it, so
Oh, okay.
hopefully by then I won't be, and because right now I'm kind of lost, like I can hardly drive anywhere, you
Mm-hmm.
know. I'm not really going out that much.
And I know how
And
active you
so
are. So,
I'm very active. So, I mean, I thank God every day that, thank goodness I'm not sick,
right.
but it's still very frustrating when you're so used to getting up and doing things for yourself and not depending on anybody. And now, people need you and you can't even help anybody because you could barely help yourself.
I
So it's
know.
just frustrating.
I know. I trust me. I know because I've been trying to avoid bothering you at all, especially with my car situation. It's just been very, very, hard, especially with
No, of
the other
course.
things that are going on in my personal life. It's like you depend on so much. So, oh, I just like titty shot everybody. Sorry, guys.
Oh
Um,
my goodness. Yeah, that's why I wish we lived closer or whatever. Then I could definitely help you out here and there, but I can't drive that far,
no, no, I
unfortunately.
would never expect that. I love you
Well,
so
if I
much.
was
I would
feeling better,
Yeah, no, yeah, and you know me. I'm just like I always will always put others first before me, and it's just
right,
like I just feel helpless in certain situations that I can't do more. So that's really it's a heavy feeling. So hope
right.
we're gonna
No,
get
of
you there,
course.
Donna.
So what's going on with you? What's going on in your world?
Well, first, let's talk about our fan who gave us a couple of little outputs out there that our number one fan, Sharon, gave us a comment. It must feel so good as a mom to just get feedback about how great Kayla looks and how amazing her life is. And you must be a real proud mama cub, hearing that because it kind of solidifies how much of a good mom you are, though you don't have to prove it to anybody, but it shows the light in her. How do you feel about that?
No, absolutely. It definitely confirmed, Sharon's comment definitely confirmed. You could just see the happiness
Yes.
in Kayla and her life and the life that she's living. So as
Hmm.
hard as it was to let her go, which was, so horrible and sad, and I miss her every single day, but just knowing
Right.
that she's so happy in the life she chose, it's all worth it. That's all a mom wants is for the kids to be happy with what they're choosing
Exactly.
in life. And that's
Yeah.
something, we could say. Everybody witnessed it. You could see how happy she is with what she's doing. So that's definitely amazing as a mom.
Right.
So, yeah, absolutely.
That's
Yeah.
amazing. And her numbers are still reaching, so I don't know. Everybody loves the farm as much
Yeah,
as
there
we
you go.
do. And then she also she had asked the question whether or not if I do think that P. Diddy Puffy is guilty. And I am going to say that, and we live in a world where, um we're innocent until proven guilty. And my thing is with Puffy is that I've seen, and this is my opinion, um, I've just seen little things throughout the years that just made me question. And you, out of everybody, who has known me like forever,
Mhm.
pretty know that I'm always kind of spot on when it comes to people and just getting those vibes, whether or not it's, good, bad, or whatever it is. But I'm usually on point with kind of just knowing something's not right at those moments. And, Justin Bieber came out with a song about the Diddy parties. There was a little sample that
Yeah.
came out. I know that you had mentioned something about Usher. So,
Yeah, I don't know if you saw the interview. It was an older interview, I guess, but I guess with everything coming out about Diddy, I mean, they replayed the interview,
okay.
and
I
with
have not seen
Usher,
this. I'm gonna have to look at it before they ban our TikTok in September.
yeah, they were saying basically what Usher was saying was he lived with Diddy when he was, I think he said 13 or 14 years old, and he
Hmm.
said the things that were happening in that house were bizarre and crazy.
You see, that's my thing. And of course, you can't judge a person by what other people are saying. Again, there's no hard material. I have heard this through people that I know that are actually in the music industry, and they have
Hmm.
always said to me about certain people, certain musicians, that are actually true now that have come out. We'll discuss that off camera. Um,
Oh
but
boy.
yeah, I even sat down with a friend a couple of weeks ago, and things that are coming out just don't make sense to me. But again, we don't know. I'm just, you have a lot of abuse, you have someone that's in power. I have learned money really rules the world. And if you know the right people and you can pay them a certain amount of money, yeah, people are willing to do whatever they can to keep up this high status. So,
Right. No, exactly. Exactly. And they did ask Usher, would you want your 14-year-old child, being around P.
mhm,
Diddy and his parties? And he said, absolutely not. It was totally inappropriate when he looks back at what he experienced. So yeah, so who knows? We don't know.
right.
We don't know if he's guilty or not or whatever, but a lot of people are, talking about it. And Justin Bieber's song, what are the lyrics? What does it say?
So the lyrics are, some he was messed up at a PD party. And there was just like more like little things in there. I'll send it to you. I'll try and send it and put it attached to this clip so that way people can hear it a little bit. I don't know if I'm allowed to do
Right,
that.
okay.
But hey, I'm gonna risk it at this point. I got nothing to lose. Um, but the other thing that made me question Diddy was, again, if everyone starts looking back on all his interviews and his videos, and I'm not talking about music videos, I'm talking about just videos that he's done, there's just things that don't add up. So he was offering, like, Justin Bieber stood with him for a little bit,
Hmm.
and he offered him a car. He's like, you can drive this car and blah, blah, blah. You just got to sign with, Diddy and, Bad Boy Company and blah, blah, blah. So, okay, so now you're dangling a carrot in front of this boy who's what, 12, 11 years old? Okay. That's how they get you. That's how these predators get you. They
So they
get
gave
to,
him a car at 11?
so he could, I don't know if he was 11. I can't remember, but I know that he wasn't old enough to drive yet, but he
Oh, he
did have
wasn't.
his
Okay.
permit. He says it in the video. So he could have been 15, 16, almost 16.
Right,
Um,
okay.
but then if they show another clip in this video, like, I don't know if it's a year has passed or a couple of months, you see Diddy entering the studio and interrupting his session. He's like, hey, you haven't called me. And you can see in that video, and I'm going to let everybody else watch this video, you could see how disturbed he is. And I'm talking about Justin Bieber. He did not want to give him the phone number. You could see how nervous and just really like, I don't really want to do anything with this guy. This is very awkward, but I don't know how to handle this situation. So yeah, here's my phone number. Da 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 da. You just never had my phone number as an excuse. So these are flags to me that I've seen, and it's we can't go based off because he's a celebrity. Well, look at what happened with the Boy Scouts. Oh, sorry, Donna. Saw this whole documentary last night. It's gonna fuck you up. So the Boy
Oh my
Scouts are
God.
all in this whole legal thing. They filed for bankruptcy for sexually molesting all of these kids. So
Really? Oh
yes,
my God.
I know it's on Netflix. But there have been people that have warned them that they've hired pedophilias, they've hired all these people to stop it, and because there's so much money invested in it and there's so much connections with the church, they don't want to bring this to light. So they keep covering it and covering it. So this is, it's not good. And we're talking about the Boy Scouts, and now they have the Girl Scouts. And then it instantly made me think of Ashley and Kayla, and we were just talking about this. Like, I don't know how parents could just be like, okay, I'm just going to drop my kid off at X and Y's house and then just leave them there. I could never do that as a parent.
Well, normally you know the person though. It's another parent that you would have a relationship with,
Well, that's
not
what a
some
lot of these
stranger.
parents said. Again, you could watch the documentary. It's on Netflix. It's called The Scouts. And that's what happened. That's a lot of the thing. But the parents were told not to say anything when those older people were actually caught molesting the kids. They were like, don't go to the cops. You are encouraged to go to someone that you trust. Well, we all go to either a friend, a parent, we go to somebody else besides, who we're supposed to go to. So it's crazy. But you could see how unease, like, to go back, Justin Bieber was. So it's, I don't know if he's guilty. All I can say is that everything that's hidden in the dark always comes to light.
But
So
why don't you think this came to light when the whole Harvey Weinstein thing happened?
again, money and power. And, when you hear, okay, so let's say I'm the victim, okay, and you're Harvey Weinstein. When you hear someone say, your career is going to be over if you don't do X, Y, and Z, or you have other people chirping in your ear, okay, do you know you're going to get yourself into trouble if you go this route? It puts a fear in you that you're never going to work in that industry again. And I can understand that firsthand how people and why people do what they do, but you're going to have those people also that are going to be like, you know what? At the end of the day, this is not right, and I there has to be one person to speak up, and which is what happens, there was that
Well,
one
just like
person.
that, yeah, that one person on Quiet on the Set, that one writer
Exactly.
who spoke up, and she never worked again, unfortunately. But
No, but then look at what happened years later. Now it's all coming to light because, again, like I said, everything that hides in the dark always comes to light. You can only continue this behavior, but for so long. And what ends up happening, and if you look at any of these interviews, everything always happens at the end. Their egos get the best of them, and then that's when they slip up. That's when they start
right,
making the mistakes. And I think that's, again, my opinion. I think that's what happened with Diddy. He knew how to bring people in, whether or not if this was sex trafficking or what. He knew that, okay, everybody loves a party. Let's just put it like that. Okay. So what can I do to amp up these parties? When you hear a lot of celebrities say in interviews, yeah, those P. Diddy parties are great, they're phenomenal, but don't stay till the end. You start to question it because one too many people keep saying the same thing. It starts to, like, you start to speculate, okay, why do you keep saying that? Why does multiple people keep saying that? So then you're like, okay, well, something's going to happen. And then eventually something happens. So, look at, oh
so
God,
did it come out what happened in the end? What happened at the end of the night?
that's when all the sex trafficking stuff allegedly would happen. You would go into
Oh,
these rooms and all these sex acts would be going on. So allegedly.
right. Well, that's what Usher said. Usher did say he walked into a room with
And there
people
was stuff
having
going
sex.
on. Yeah, you see what I'm saying?
People having
So
sex. He did say that.
Yeah, you know, eventually, just like Harvey Weinstein, you bring up the wrong person to that bedroom, to that hotel suite, though it may seem normal because that's, as actors, you go to different locations, to do an audition or speak to a producer or a director or whatever. You can go to a hotel, you can go, it could be anywhere. The majority is a hotel because it's a safe place. You think it's a normal behavior, but in the end, that's when they start to take advantage. Okay, well, look, I can get you this. I can get you this movie. I can get you this movie. But guess what? Now I'm unrobing my whole towel. And you're
Right.
like, how the hell do I get out of this one?
Right. True.
Which is what happened with Stormy. If no one's ever seen the documentary about Stormy, she was the one that took down, who was it? Oh God. I think it was Weinstein. I think it was Weinstein. I may be wrong. I haven't seen it in a while, so I'm not really refreshed. But she went into a bathroom, and basically, when she came out, oh, I'm sorry. No, that was Donald Trump. Donald Trump, she went, wanted to meet her, and they were in his hotel room, and she said, you think of a hotel room, you think about, the bed and the little, kitchen, and that's it. But for famous people, a hotel room is like the living room could be like a whole entire just one room. It's
Right. It's like a
humongous.
suite. Right. Like
Yeah,
if you use the
exactly. So
suite.
she went into the bathroom thinking they just had this great conversation and whatnot, to him being unrobed and
Right.
now
Okay.
not knowing what to do. And she ended up having sex with him, but he promised her, he was like, I'm going to get you famous. I'm going to put you on this and da da da. And this is what ended up happening. So, and a lot of people didn't believe her, but there was so much to be able to back up with the truth.
Right.
So it's sad. It's just sad that the world that we're living in right now.
No, it's very sad.
So Sharon, there is
Definitely.
your answer. That's just my opinion. Again,
You still didn't
it's
answer it,
camera.
and she said, you really think he did it? So you really didn't come straight out and say, but
Well, I am not 100%. I'm 50-50 on this. I do believe that he is going to be innocent until proven guilty. It just doesn't make sense to me. But I don't know if he did. I don't know. It's my opinion. Do I think he did it? Yes, I do think that he did do it. I think if he didn't do it, he was definitely involved with whoever the mastermind is. Because there's always one guy at the top doing the
right.
dirty work for everybody else.
But you
So,
think he's involved with Harvey, not Harvey Weinstein. What's his name? Epstein, in
oh,
Epstein's Island.
absolutely. Yeah. We have proof in the media, on the news that, Epstein had all of these celebrities on his plane, name
Right.
Naomi Campbell, a female. That's even worse because as females and I'm going to use 50 Cent's mom, baby mom, his ex. That's really, really sad. You're a mom, so you should never encourage that type of behavior. That's, think about your own kids if your own kids were in that situation. But
Right.
again, we don't really know. These are allegations that are in the court records, and we won't know until there's an actual trial, until they actually find facts. But like I said, there's always a top person controlling it all. And now the Kardashians are all involved in this for bringing people into the party. It's just more and more coming out that we don't know and what we're speculating, And
Right.
that's where social media can get us into trouble a lot of the times because we want to listen to what social media is saying, which is probably why we're getting banned by TikTok. They're taking our TikTok away from us. But, that's pretty
Right.
much it. Yeah, I got
Yeah.
it's really just crazy what's going on right now. So
Right.
what else?
Definitely crazy. Yeah, talking about social media, how do you feel about the reaction that everybody's giving about OJ death?
Oh my God. Yes. I am so glad you brought that up because I saw it yesterday. I said, oh no, not OJ. First of all, I did not realize that OJ ended up back in jail. And I thought he was free and just living his life. I had no idea that he was in jail. So, um, I'm a little shocked that he died. And he died from cancer. So
Yeah, he died from cancer, but everybody's reaction is like, good, he's gonna rot in hell now, all this. It's like
I think
crazy
that's
the
a bit
way.
much. I think it's okay to have an opinion, but I don't think we should go that far deep. At the end of the day, what people have to remember is that if we still don't even know if OJ Simpson did it or not, we only think that he did it. Um, I don't know whether or not if he did or he didn't. We'll never really know. Again, money makes a lot of things go away. But it's sad. He still was a dad to somebody. So, I
Right.
think that people just need to be a little bit more compassionate.
Yeah, no, nobody is. Everybody's being very harsh. So it's like, oh my goodness. Like, I get it. Yes, I mean,
Hmm.
odds are he did do it just from the evidence, and he was so abusive to her, and even
Right.
I guess the Kardashians, like Chris, has like proof of the abuse that OJ did to Nicole, and this and that, and
Well, we've seen all the pictures of the bruises and the abuse
hmm
that he did do to her. It's disgusting, but that
right,
doesn't mean that he killed her. Again, I know what people are going to think about, like, how did you think that he didn't kill her? Because there wasn't sufficient evidence. That's why. And
right,
I like to be 100% fact. You know, there was a lot of things that make me suspicious that he did do it, but I don't know. But I do think at the end of the day, regardless of what, we still have to be a little bit compassionate. I don't know. I don't know. It's
right,
just kind of like the Yolanda Salvador case. Yolanda's about to get out of jail, and a lot of people are waiting to come for this woman because she killed the most legendary icon, Mexican singer in the world, Selena.
right,
Um, I'm angry that she was only in her 20s. Lord knows where she would have been. She would have been huge, but
right.
she still has a family. And
hmm
at this point, I think what also people have to understand is that it's okay to feel how you feel, and but there has to be a limit. But you also have to remember that these people, when whatever they do, if they abuse someone they love or they do whatever, it stays in here. So they have to replay that every single day, and I think that's worse.
Right, it's
Replaying
their
that.
own punishment.
Yeah,
Right,
so either way, it's there. They have to live that every single day, and
right,
that has to be torment, because I know that there are some things in my past from when I was a child that I can look back and be like, that was fucked up, and I should have every right to be upset with things. But in the end of the day, it's like, I don't have to live that life because I was a victim to it.
right,
I'm just a
hmm
survivor to it. The other person has to live with it and deal with it
right,
on an emotional basis and rethink about that life that happened and what they did and what they can't go back and fix. And I think that's worse. And I think that's why I'm the way I am, if that makes sense.
right. Yeah, makes sense. Definitely,
You know? So
definitely.
I don't know, Sharon. We'll find out soon. So
We'll find out soon enough. Yeah.
yeah. So, well, like I said, eventually everything always comes out. So,
True. Very true.
well, what do you think? Do you think that Diddy did it, or?
I don't know. I don't know that much about him to know. Like, I don't know the background. I don't know about the parties. I never really
Mm-hmm.
followed him or people that he represented. So I
Right.
really can't say if he did it or not, you know. So I guess we just have to see how it, plays out. I know he's been acting, cool with the paparazzi and doing peace out and waving and like
Right.
acting like he's living this normal life. So
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know. It's just, to me, it's just surprising just because of who he is and his color and how far he's come. I
Right.
wouldn't think that he would be this way. You know what I'm saying? Because so many people try and do like portray a different image and be better.
Right.
So for him to be doing this, that's like, just like,
But we can
whoa.
kind of say that about Epstein and Harvey Weinstein. You know, we would never suspect, especially with their stature, in the industry and in the business, especially Epstein. He had his hands tied into everything, you know, but look at what happened with Andrew, the prince. Andrew, he got dethroned. He got his title taken away because he was like, they asked him a question. You know who I'm talking about? Prince Andrew. I'm sorry, Prince Andrew.
No, I know, but I feel like they're like white privileged and sometimes white people, it's like a privileged thing and they feel like they're going to get away with it
Mm-hmm.
type of thing. So, but like I said, with, you know, P. Diddy and just, it just, for a black person
Mm-hmm.
to become successful, they unfortunately they have to work twice as harder than a white
Right.
person because
Right.
people unfortunately in this society, which it's not right, people look down on them, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So for him to prove himself as a successful person in the music industry, just to have that taken away,
I
and
think that's
just
the
gives it
disheartening thing.
right
Absolutely.
the reputation, you know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, black people or Spanish or whatever, they
Mm-hmm.
have it so much harder than the white person, so it's just when see, like, even people say Oprah's involved in it, you know what I'm saying? That to me is like, what? She is so successful and proved that you could be a successful black woman and work hard, and
And I love Oprah.
just to get that tarnished is crazy to me. You work so hard to have this statue, and
Right.
then just to have it knocked down is like you're making, like they always represent their people, you're making your people now look bad. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
no, it's just very disheartening, the whole thing.
Yeah, I agree with that. It's oh yeah, when I heard Oprah, I was like, not Oprah.
Right.
And I
Yeah.
love Oprah, so it's just crazy. But
Mhm.
all right. Well,
We'll see what
that's
happens.
yeah, we'll have to see what happens, Sharon, but keep going with your questions. We like it. So, all right. Well, it's about that time. So,
Yeah. All righty. Have a
all
good
right.
week.
Have a good week, and we will be back next week. So, and that was why we were actually off last week, guys. So
Yeah.
Chewy, this is for you.
Absolutely. Yes. Chewy is definitely missed. So, but everybody have a great week and we'll see you next week. Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.